They put on the blue and kiss their kids and head out to the street. They're always there because they care, braver souls you'll never meet. The days are long, the night can be cold, still they rise up to meet each test. The men and women where we pin our hopes earn the badge pinned on their chest. In our hometown, in our hometown, on this hallowed ground, they're serving our hometown, our hometown. Good evening. I'm T. Michael Rambo, and I want to welcome you to the 2020 Blue Nite Gala, where we literally celebrate and salute the remarkable achievements of the St. Paul Police Department, virtually. We have a fabulous star-studded evening on tap, along with the opportunity to show your support by giving what you can, a chance to bid on and hopefully take home some amazing auction items, and we will meet a few very special individuals as well. I must tell you, I am so proud to say that St. Paul is my hometown. I've been a resident of the Aurora St. Anthony area of St. Paul since 1994, and a resident of this fine state for 31 winters. I have witnessed firsthand the incredible, compassionate work done by the men and women who wear the blue. It was just a little over 2 years ago, July of 2018, when after responding to the request of a group of teens hoping to catch a ride to the next train stop along University Avenue, that I fell victim to a violent carjacking, left beaten and bloody in the street. The officers who arrived on the scene, to no surprise, were incredibly kind and thoughtful as they diligently went about their work, all the while making sure I was okay. What was a bit of a surprise was that just a few days later, my phone rang, and when I answered, I heard, "T. Michael, this is Chief Axtell of the St. Paul Police Department." That's correct, you heard it. The chief called to see how I was doing. Now, in retrospect, I realized that I shouldn't have been surprised, because from the top down and back up again, this is who the St. Paul Police Department is. Later that same day, I received a call from Mayor Carter. Again, no surprise, because that is the heartbeat of this city. It's caring, compassionate, and looking out for our brothers and sisters. All night, we want to assure the men and women who wear the blue that we are looking out for them, making sure they return home safely every day, because they make our city, our home, safe for us each and every day. Now, a huge part of how we are able to provide services and support to the men and women who wear the blue is due to the impressive behind-the-scene efforts of the St. Paul Police Foundation. And here, to share a little of their story, please welcome Greg Bachman, Chair of the Foundation Board.
Thank you, T. Michael. My name is Greg Bachman. I'm the Chair of the St. Paul Police Foundation. I want to welcome you here tonight and thank you for supporting the foundation. We have a wonderful group of people lined up tonight, and I know you'll enjoy it. Being the spouse and the child of someone who, every day that he leaves his house, you don't really know that they're going to come back. And if they do come back, they might not come back with visible harm. They might have some other type of harm. And so that's an underlying stress that lasts the career of a police officer. One of the elements that we support as a foundation, and I think everyone knows, is officer wellness.
In the summer of 2017, I responded to a 911 call of shots fired, a gunshot. When I arrived on scene, there was a really big crowd of people. There was one person who had a gunshot wound to the chest, and my first goal was make the scene safe, make sure everybody's okay. Well, obviously somebody's not. They have a gunshot wound to their chest. So I make contact with this person, I see the type of wound they have, and I make an assessment of it. And as I'm holding a t-shirt over this person's chest wound, I'm getting yelled at by the crowd. They're saying negative things towards me, things that I would never want to repeat on camera. And at the time, like we always do, I'm going to do my job regardless of what's going on around me.
So stress is part of the job. You know that when you come on the job. But the levels of stress, the stress to your family, the stress to your well-being, the stress financially, the stress spiritually and emotionally and morally, they've all now compounded to the point where we're seeing more and more officers leave the job early because of post-traumatic stress disorder.
So I tend to the injured party. St. Paul Fire Department arrives. They do what they do. They take them, they get them to the hospital, they save them, and stuff kind of calms down. People dissipate, things settle down, and I take a breath and I feel myself shudder a little bit. And I'm not really thinking it's affected me at any point, but there's a lot of adrenaline. It was kind of messed up.
Officers don't just get to do fun things with children and go to parades and different events. They have to respond to real critical incidents. And they can have a damaging effect unless we focus on an officer's well-being.
A couple weeks go by, a month goes by, and I start not being able to really sleep. I'm not having any hunger. I'm not socially interacting like I normally would be. I feel myself withdrawing, and those things kind of snowball, and eventually I'm having problems in my personal life, and somebody in the department recognized that and said, hey, we got to figure out what's going on here. And they referred me to the St. Paul Police Department's Employee Assistance Program. Through therapy, through working through it, I found resolution to that. I was able to go back through some other traumatic events. I was able to think myself through those and with a therapist, and it led me to a much better place. It actually lifted me past where I was, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity.
Even if a police officer never clears his weapon out of his holster for his entire career, he still has a spouse or loved ones who don't really know how he or she is going to come back.
We're just fortunate enough in the St. Paul Police Department to have our Employee Assistance Program. The city would be a drastically different place if we didn't have a lot of these services, just because being able to expose the citizens to the officers and some of these interactions and the officers to the citizens just makes us all better as far as policing, interacting. It lets us see each other as human beings. If you feel that thing, if something's not right, you can't sit on it by yourself. Nobody can go at it alone. You need some help, and there's nothing wrong with it. I never thought that there was something wrong with asking for help. I just always thought I was stronger than that. I always thought I could think myself through it. I always thought, I read all these self-help books. I understand all this stuff about psychology and about behavioral. I know what's going on in my brain. I understand the physiochemistry of it. I can handle this. But sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes there's just something else that needs to come in, an outside source, and help you out. So just ask for the help.
Officer Jones, thank you so much for sharing your story. It is a pleasure to hear from you, and it is so important for us to hear your story. And hello to everyone at home. I'm Sarah Jean Knox, and I am your fundraising host for the evening, and I'm so excited to be here. The programs that you are making happen tonight are absolutely outstanding, and by supporting the St. Paul Police Foundation, you are choosing to step in and build into your community. And I know I'm not the first person who's come on here on screen tonight to talk about how unique and supportive the St. Paul community is. You know the people here are precious, and that the St. Paul Police Department continues to serve you and your neighbors. Right now, by giving to the St. Paul Police Foundation, you can partner with the St. Paul Police Department in serving your own community. The foundation understands the needs of the St. Paul Police Department and the St. Paul community as a whole. And so your donations will support the three main programs, as well as a newer program that the foundation has designed that are going to build trust between the police department and your own community. I have seen these donations already start to come through, and it is so exciting tonight because our goal is $250,000 tonight. And can I tell you something? We are already over halfway there to our goal. Because of you who are watching right now, and if you haven't had a chance to hit that donate button, what you can do is go ahead and do that right now, because when you do that, you are giving kids the opportunity to spend the day with a cop. Thanks to the Shop with a Cop program, they are going to shop and enjoy a meal and build a positive relationship with one of the kind and compassionate officers. Just by putting in those donations right now, we're seeing $100 come in and $250 donations. Thank you so much to all of you who are giving those donations right now. You are building into the mental and physical and emotional health of our officers, just like we heard about in Officer Jones's video. We know this is crucial for the strength and the health of the entire community, because you are helping our officers to serve as the best versions of themselves. Your support right now, those of you who are giving $1,000, thank you so much to you. You know who you are. Your support of the foundation helps the initiatives in the Step Forward program, which allows the police department to get out into the community in an informal way to build relationships and keep building the amazing St. Paul community that we all know and love. Thanks to our amazing sponsors and long-time supporters, who one recently just gave $25,000 towards this virtual event tonight. You are supporting a new program, which you are going to hear about later in the evening, the Law Enforcement Career Path Academy. This is going to provide a path into policing for individuals that would have likely not otherwise gotten into the field. This is important for our diverse community to see officers that look like them and speak their language and share their culture. What you are doing right now is continuing to strengthen this community, and your donations are making an incredible impact as we continue to see them come through. We are seeing some of you have been supporters for a really long time, and we thank you so much that you are continuing to give right now. A gift of any amount tonight, whether you are our new donors or have been giving with us for a long time, your gift is saying, you know what, we see you, St. Paul Police Department, and we are standing behind you because you are in our community. You're strengthening it, and you are part of what makes the St. Paul community so strong and unique. Thank you so much to those of you who are giving right now. Continue to give. We have this whole evening ahead of us, and I am so excited to be back here in just a few minutes. T. Michael, back to you.
Thank you, Sarah Jean. Two characteristics of a truly effective leader facing tumultuous times are to have big shoulders and an even bigger heart. During the civil unrest that followed the death of George Floyd, the most violent and destructive moment in St. Paul's history, when our officers heroically faced the danger and brought calm to chaos, our own Chief Axtell showed us in no uncertain terms what that type of leadership looks like, moreover, sounds like.
Charlie 1, if I could have the air.
Charlie 1, go.
Charlie 1, clear the air for all squads. All squads, clear the air for a message from Car 1. Thank you, Charlie 1. Car 1, St. Paul squads, all of our partnering agencies throughout the metro, throughout the state, St. Paul Fire Department, our community. This is a trying and challenging time. And as your chief, as someone who loves this city, I couldn't be more proud of you. I know it's chaotic out there. I know you're exhausted. I know you've worked long hours. And I have confidence in you. Our community has confidence in you. So please know everything you're doing is appreciated and respected by the people who care about this city. Keep your chin up. Keep doing what you're doing. And know that our community loves you and supports you. Keep up the good work. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome St. Paul's Police Chief, Todd Axtell. Welcome, good to see you.
Thank you, T. Michael.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
everything you're doing tonight.
Thank you much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Axtell, and I have the honor of serving as the Chief of Police for the City of St. Paul. I wish we could be together in person tonight for this annual gala, but this is no ordinary year. So here we are gathering online to support the women and men of the St. Paul Police Department. I know challenging the 2020 year has been around the world and certainly right here in St. Paul. And that's why I want to thank you tonight. A global pandemic, civil unrest, riots and looting, job loss, and illness. As my mom used to say, this is a character-building event, and it's certainly been a character-building year for all of us. But even in the midst of the turmoil, pain, and uncertainty, some things don't change. One constant has been the professionalism of our officers and our commitment in St. Paul to do things the St. Paul way. Today, we call it delivering trusted service with respect. And I know it's showing up in many impressive ways in our great city. Showing care and compassion to the unsheltered as we work together to find solutions. Spending time out of uniform, coaching, mentoring, and meeting new people, new friends through our PAL program. Standing tall in the face of anger, protecting businesses from looting and arson, and following your dreams of becoming a police officer when someone is attacking our profession. I'm so proud of our police officers who keep showing up, working hard, and treating everyone with dignity and respect. Another thing that's remained steadfast this year is the support we've received from our entire community. The Bike Cops for Kids truck we rolled out this year was made possible through your investments. Our community outreach and stabilization unit relies on the support to help people with mental health crisis, homelessness, chemical dependency, and many, many more things. Some of our equipment for our officers wore during the civil unrest during our challenging times was donated by people like you. And the much celebrated LECPA program, which helps us recruit our diverse ranks, is only possible thanks to the grants and investments that you have made. You know, over the course of this challenging year, I've heard a lot of people say kind things about our officers in our police department. They say our police department is different, and I agree. But what they don't realize is that the support that we enjoy from you, our community, is a big part of what makes us truly different. It allows us to do things the St. Paul way and to deliver trusted service with respect. And with that, it's my honor to introduce this year's Rowan Award winner. Our department has so many great officers, and tonight we will recognize one who is among the best of the best. This award honors the legacy of Chief Richard Rowan, who led our department from 1970 through 1979. He dedicated 32 years of his life to this department and led the St. Paul Police Department through incredibly turbulent times. It's truly my honor to present the Chief Rowan Award, which is awarded to an officer who displays integrity, courage, and, very importantly, innovation. They truly represent the best of police service, not just in St. Paul, but anywhere in the entire country. Sergeant Sean Zahar, will you please join me on stage? Sean has been with the department since 2009 and he is currently assigned to our training unit. While Sean has been with us for 11 years, which is really not that long in the scheme of things, his accomplishments truly reflect a lifetime of service. And his innovative leadership is inspirational to me and many others. My challenge is to summarize the 8-page nomination into a few key comments for you tonight. Sean was nominated for his commitment to the rewriting of our entire response to resistance and aggression policy, RRA. This included the creation of our new RRA model to replace our outdated use of force continuum. This was no easy task by any stretch of the imagination. Sean worked closely with our city attorney's office to review and rewrite the policy. He researched use of force policies across the country, across the world, as a matter of fact. He gave presentations at community meetings to gather important feedback from those we serve. And Sean was the driving force behind the complete overhaul of our use of force training. He remains our RRA policy expert and is frequently called upon for his expertise, not just in the St. Paul Police Department, but nationally. Sean created a standardized Recruit Academy curriculum that covers all post-mandated objectives of skills program by utilizing the best practices in standardizing academy process. There is no longer subjectivity in our academy. Through Sean's work, we have incorporated adult learning concepts and created an environment which allows every recruit the opportunity to succeed. Sean knows the value of higher education in addressing the considerable challenges of 21st century policing. Last year, he completed his PhD in criminal justice from Walden University. I'm so proud of him. We greatly admire Sean's incredible passion for learning and striving to change the law enforcement profession. It's my honor to present the 2020 Richard H. Rowan Award to Sergeant Dr. Sean Zahar. Congratulations, Sean.
Thank you, Chief.
So proud of you. Good job.
I'm truly honored and humbled to be this year's recipient of the Richard Rowan Award for Police Excellence. I cannot accept this award without acknowledging the amazing people who helped me achieve these shared accomplishments. First, I'd like to thank my wonderful wife, Corey, for her unwavering support over the last 17 years. I could not have chosen a better partner to share this life with, as she's an amazing mother and role model for our 3 daughters. And to my 3 spirited daughters, Luna, Emma, and Mia, who inspire me to be a better man. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to Chief Todd Axtell, Assistant Chief Rob Thomaser, and Deputy Chief Julie Mayman for their continued support and appreciation for the work we do each day. Sincere gratitude for Deputy Chief Stacy Murphy, who also nominated me for this award, for her exceptional leadership and eagerness to keep pushing forward to find a better way. I want to thank Senior Commander Troy Green for his profound guidance and mentorship over the years. Much appreciation for Sergeants Chad Cook, Jamie Sipes, John Jacob, Matt Toronto, and Officers Seth Snedden and Nicole Villela for their immense help in developing training programs that far exceed national standards. A special thank you to Officers Chad Malmberg and Officer Tom Menton, who started this journey with me just over 5 years ago. From our simple beginnings, we created a renaissance in police training to improve the outcomes of potentially violent encounters. Through our hard work and determination, we turned our vision into a reality. With the sanctity of human life at its core, we developed strategies to minimize the use of force while improving safety for everyone. It is the very essence of trusted service with respect. We can never forget that the power we have is given to us by the people we serve, and we must remind ourselves that the learning process never stops, and within each new day lies an opportunity to evolve and grow. However, it is up to us to seize those moments. For in the St. Paul tradition, it's not about how good we are now, but how great we can be that matters. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Sergeant Zahar. So well deserved. The Law Enforcement Career Path Academy was established by the St. Paul Police Department to ensure that the young adults who aspire to serve as peace officers, those willing to step up, have the resources they need to achieve their dreams. But make no mistake, the path to becoming an officer is not easy. Then again, for Patu, a 23-year-old mother of 2 who spent half of her life in a refugee camp in Burma. Easy? never part of the equation.
My name is Patu. I was born in Burma. I don't know much about what Burma life is, but my mom told me that she moved to Thailand when I was 3. And then we lived there for about 6 to 8 years in Thailand refugee camp. Pretty much I go to school and I stay home and then hang out with my friends whenever I can. And then my mom moved to America in 2008.
St. Paul has always been on the cutting edge of making sure that we reach out to the communities that we serve. I think it was Chief Finney that used to say we need to be more responsive to and reflective of the community we serve. Well, that's how we recruit young people from all over the city of St. Paul.
So ever since I graduated from high school, I went around my community translating, but I don't know much about I have no connection with police, I have no connection with Ramsey County, anything like that. But all I do was translate from places to places.
People have to understand there's over 110 languages spoken in St. Paul Public Schools. We have one of the largest East African Somali populations of anywhere in the world but Mogadishu, the largest Karen population of any city in the United States.
It was very different, but from before I was in the LECPA, because you get that feeling where people remember you. Oh, you're from before, and now you're gonna become a police. Great, we finally have someone who can speak our language. And I was like, oh, great, yeah. And then all I did was thank them.
LECPA is a critical tool in that toolkit to have this diverse group of young people who love this community, are committed to this city, and see themselves in uniform one day. I always tell them I can't wait to join up with Chief Axtell and pin a badge on you once you finish this program, because those are the young people who I can't imagine who we'd want to be a St. Paul police officer more.
It makes me feel like I'm a model for them. They don't have to be scared of the cops. Like, I know that mostly people in my community, they're afraid of cops. Like, oh, if they see cops, they would turn away or run away instead of going straight to the cops saying hi and hello, meeting them and stuff. But instead they would turn away. And I feel like if they see them, they can come to me like, oh, hey, there's a Karen cop. We can talk to them. She's pretty nice, and we don't have to be afraid.
It's important for us to have the perspective that the young people who are the students in the LECPA bring to the table. It's important to have that as a part of our law enforcement and public safety framework as well.
I want to help my community. That's my number one goal. And I want to make the stereotype in my community about police are bad and police are not good, to get rid of it. And then third one is I want to show my kids that they do have a future. They don't have to be in their small circle within just themselves, go to school and then grow up, have a job. I want my kids to realize that you can turn your dreams into reality. If their mom can do anything she dreamt of, then they can do whatever they dreamed of. And I haven't given up, so I still have a long way, but there's still hope.
Patu, thank you so much for sharing your story, what our viewers are doing tonight. Those of you at home, you are helping incredible young people like Patu be able to join this program and stay in this program. And we are so grateful for their choice to join and serve in this way. And we can never thank them to the fullest except for by, let's say, supporting them tonight. You can do that by continuing to give generously or by bidding on some of these awesome auction items that we have. And I know some of you have already been on. Those bids are starting to go up, but we have so many great opportunities for you. And I'm just going to highlight a few of them right here. First of all, we have great experiences to spend time with our fearless leader, Chief Todd Axtell. And so check out these items real quick. First of all, one of you could have the opportunity to have a round of golf and dinner for up to 5 people with Chief Todd Axtell at the Town and Country Golf Course. And so this is a great time to spend a lot of time with him. Golfing takes forever. So you'll get some good one-on-one time with that. If golf isn't your thing, you could bid on the dinner for up to 4 people with St. Paul Police Chief Todd Axtell at the Downtowner in the heart of St. Paul. So enjoy a relaxing, delicious dinner with him, with some of your favorite friends, and it will just be a wonderful time. Maybe you want to get out of town for a little bit. We have an awesome trip to Los Angeles, California, and this one has it all. You are going to get 2 round-trip tickets, 2 nights at the Westlake Village Inn, and golfing, of course, at the Westlake Golf Course. We wouldn't leave you without golf, of course. And then dinner at the Landing Grill and Sushi Bar in Westlake Village. So get away for a weekend. Bring your favorite person with you. I'm assuming your favorite person. You could bring someone you don't like. That would also be very kind. It's up to you as long as you win it. So get on there and bid. Let's also take a look at this Hearts on Fire diamond pendant that we have. Oh my goodness, this is the world's most perfectly cut diamond. You are gonna get a 0.46 carat diamond, which is in 18 karat white gold. This thing is valued at $2,900, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It would make an incredible gift. We all know someone who deserves a gift like this, and if you don't, I would accept it, just to let you know. So that is an option for you as well. Go on, bid that up. This is such a generous donation, and one of you gets to walk away with this week. So go and bid on that. And another incredible getaway. This is a St. Thomas U.S. Virgin Island escape for up to 8 people. And you're gonna stay at the gorgeous 2-bedroom suite at Bluebeard's Castle Resort. There is so much to do around there. It is a wonderful escape to get out and be with some people that you love in one of the most beautiful settings. So go and bid on that. We have many more auction items for you to check out on there, and all the details are in there. And don't be afraid to bid high. Don't be afraid to outbid someone you know. It doesn't matter. We are in it to support our department. We're in it to support the community and the men and women who wear blue. So that is why you're bidding tonight. But you also just get to walk away with some incredible items. Before I turn it back over to T. Michael to bring us home, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the St. Paul Police Department, the men and women who wear blue, for stepping up and stepping in every single day to make St. Paul a remarkable and a safe place to call home. And trust me, I'm not alone in my regard and appreciation for the incredible work you do. Everyone who is watching tonight is here with you and for you. Thank you so much.
The first thing I'd say to families of our officers is thank you. Our officers can't do it without their families. Thank you for being willing to allow your officer, your mom, your dad, your daughter, your son, to serve in this capacity.
Well, number one, I say thank you to the men and women that wear that blue uniform, the St. Paul Police Department. But I also tell the family members that they should be so proud of their loved ones that serve this city. When your loved ones go out the door to serve our city, sometimes even put themselves in harm's way, no, they truly are the heroes. They truly are the people that make St. Paul a safe place to live, work, and play.
I think that this role of police officer in a city like St. Paul is one of the more challenging roles in the country, period.
The human instinct is to run from the danger. It's a flight, fear, that's human instinct. And our men and women in this police department, they overcome that innate instinct. And their instinct then that they have developed in them is to run to the danger. Someone is crying help, they run to it. A building is burning, they run to it. That's pretty profound. And it really deserves the support and respect of the men and women of the community. I wish it were more widespread. I wish it were more widespread in America today. But it is really important that we support the folks who are there to protect us in times of greatest peril.
I always thank them for giving us their best.
And what I would say to an officer who I met would be a heartfelt thank you. I know every one of the St. Paul Police Foundation board members is in it for the same reason. I'm no different than anyone else on the board. They want to see this police department supported in ways that we can't get elsewhere.
What a glorious blue night it has been. We have covered all the beats and strolled all the streets tonight. We've seen the ways the city, the department, and the foundation support the programs that support those behind the badge. And for you at home, your support means the world to those who are just trying to make your home, St. Paul, a little bit safer. And Chief Axtell, again, thanks for the call. That was truly one boss move. Tonight we saw why we owe a debt to the souls patrolling our town. The park, the street, where we work or where we eat, just take a look around. I'm so damn proud, I got to say out loud, the difference you make each day. It's crystal blue clear, we're so thankful that you're here. We truly hope you stay in our hometown. In our hometown, on this hallowed ground. Thanks for serving our hometown, our hometown.
Thank you.